So I think that everybody at some point in their life has found themselves in love or maybe in love. It can be anything from, let me show you a picture of maybe Justin Timberlake, Let It Adjust. It could be a pop star love, or maybe it could be somebody that you know and that's tangible and you can really love them. I'll show you today who I love. His name is John, and he's going to help today in making my persuasive speech relative. So everybody falls in love, and that's just our nature, and that's okay, but it's important to remember that everybody falls in love in their own way, and they appreciate different things from their love relationship. So today what we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you the 5 different love languages of men and women, and I'm going to explain those to you, and then I'm going to tell you which ones are more common in men and which one is more common in women. And then I'm going to kind of explain to you why it's important and why you should study these, and how they can help your relationship grow. So first of all, let's start out with the 5 love languages. The first one is words of affirmation. So words of affirmation don't have to be anything really big. Words of affirmation can be things like if your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend takes out the trash and you appreciate that, you say thanks for taking out the trash for me, that was something I didn't have to do, and just show your appreciation that way. Or if they're at a ball game and they do well, say, hey, you had an awesome game. Those are words of affirmation. The second love language is acts of service. Now, acts of service can be anything, big or small. They can be anything from helping with the dishes, and not necessarily just saying thanks for doing it, but actually getting involved and helping to do the dishes, or helping to take the kids and get them ready, or something like that. The third love language is receiving gifts. So receiving gifts is something, not necessarily giving gifts, but receiving them. So these people that have this love language as a primary, they like to be remembered on their birthdays and on holidays, and they like just the little occasional gifts that come by surprise. The fourth love language is quality time, and quality time is not just time that you spend together watching TV maybe, or quality time is time that's spent where the attention is solely on the other person in the relationship, and that you don't have anything distracting. And the fifth and final love language is physical touch. And physical touch can be anything from holding hands while you're walking down the street, or just putting your hand on their knee while you're driving down the road. So those are your 5 love languages. Now I'm going to tell you what's primary in men and women. Men's most common love language is words of affirmation. Men love to be praised for what they do. They love attention for what they do, and they love knowing that they're doing a good job. Not necessarily that their work is perfect, but that they put in effort and that effort is appreciated. Now, women's, their primary love language is quality time. Quality time for women is so important because it shows that that the man cares about them, and that they want to spend time with them and focus their attention on them without distractions. So now I'm going to tell you just a little bit about what you can do, and a lot of my resources come from Gary Chapman. He's the man that actually wrote the 5 Love Languages book, but also Focus on the Family has great articles about the love languages, and Gary Chapman, he does videos that you can watch on YouTube. They're really easy to access. He talks about the love languages and how you can grow in your relationship. So today, I want to encourage you to study the love languages, because the love languages help you grow in your relationships. They help open up your communication, and they help you to understand each other better, so that you can focus on encouraging the other person in your relationship, and so that you can help each other grow spiritually and emotionally and physically in your relationship. So if you think that maybe I don't know what my love language is, let me just give you a few tips. You can do the simple little test. Ask yourself a question and say, do I feel more loved when I receive gifts? Do I feel more loved when I'm praised with words? Do I feel more loved when I get to spend quality time with somebody that I love? Do I feel more loved when I have a physical touch by somebody that I love? Or do I feel more love when somebody goes out of their way to help me when it's totally not necessary? So, if you can answer one of those questions, then you have found your love language. And so, when you find your love language, it's important that you do the same little test on your mate. And I can guarantee you that if you choose one of these, you'll be set to go. Once you both get them understood, you'll help each other grow in communication, and your relationship will grow. So they say that you can't, Gary Chapman said that you can't cure a disease with one medicine. So, in response, he says that you can't have 7 billion people and have one love language. So I encourage you to go out, and I encourage you to read Gary Chapman's book and help your relationship spark, and let your love tank, as Gary Chapman says, let your love tank overflow, and help each other to grow and encourage each other and support each other in whatever love language your mate has. And also, you learn a lot about yourself whenever you study the love languages. So I encourage you to do that, and I hope that your love tank overflows.